Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I am just sharing with you what I did to heal this deep scar where you could see the white of my skin. Yes, I dealt with this scar and I was able to allow it to heal, not because of any miracle product, but because I quiet my heart and quiet myself and allowed my skin to heal. Yes, and I'm going to share with you everything that I did to ensure that this scar was dealt with and we don't have any traces of it showing right now. I'm going to share everything with you while I do my skincare routine, okay? Yes. Okay guys, so I'm sharing with you 4 pictures. I'm going to share with you one picture after about 3 to 4 weeks of the scar healing, and then I'm going to show you a picture of like month 2 of what my skin was looking like, and or month 3, and then I'm going to show you a third picture of what my skin was looking like after, you know, just using my skincare, my skin healing. And then we're going to show you a picture of like month 5 to 6 and what my skin was actually looking like. Okay, so what I will say is during like the first 2 weeks I didn't do anything much to my skin. Like my skincare, I wasn't really using like exfoliating acids and so forth. I was just trying to be as gentle as possible to my skin because I didn't want the area to be irritated. And you know, when you irritate the areas of your skin that are healing, you can actually induce more hyperpigmentation or cause the area to become more injured, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't want that. I didn't want any irritations or anything. So I tried to keep my routine very, very simple. Just apply my wash my face gently, and I was like using like a wet rag to wash around the area where the scar is and wash around the other areas of my face, so to avoid that area where the scar was. So I basically wash around that area, applied moisturizer and applied a little bit of serum and my little brightening serum, but I really wasn't using a lot of exfoliating stuff. So I feel like after 2 weeks of it healing, the scar healing, I developed a few little bumps around the scar because I felt like I was a little bit too scared to touch the area, because I was just applying a lot of Vaseline like for almost 3 weeks, almost a month, like literally 1 month of using Vaseline around that area. So I feel like there was a little bit of build up around the area. Even though the area healed, like there was still a little bit of like build up. So after like 3 to 4 weeks, I started again to use my the glycolic acid toner from The Ordinary, and I was just using that now to ensure that my skin is exfoliated so I don't get any dead skin and just acne scars and so forth. So that was basically what I was doing for like the first month. Like I wasn't doing anything. Like whenever you get like scars, like deep cuts, I'm not talking about acne, I'm not talking about irritations, I'm talking about a scar, trauma to the skin. You can't worry about, oh my gosh, I want to be cute, beauty. You can't worry about stuff like that. What you have to do is just calm down and worry about healing the skin. All right, don't think about now, think about the future, okay? Because anything you do right now is going to affect your future, okay? Because your skin, as human beings, your skin will heal itself naturally, but you have to make sure that you take the necessary precautions to ensure that the process is easy. So that's what I was doing the first month. When it touched the second month now, and I realized that my skin is back, I don't feel any irritation when I touch the spot. I don't feel it burning or anything. When I apply soap to the area, I don't feel it burning or in any way, shape or form. That's when I knew that my skin was ready for my glycolic acid, and I started to exfoliate once again. But with all of that, I was still treating that area. I was still treating that area. I didn't leave that area like you know, and pretend as if it doesn't exist, because that area was very important to me. And guys, I wasn't like going crazy with my glycolic acid all over my face and so forth, because you know, melanin literally increases as a result of your skin trying to protect itself. So it's not that my melanin was increasing because oh my gosh, my skin is just damaged and just getting darker. No, the melanin was increasing in that area as a protective response to protect my skin from further damage. So melanin is actually not a bad thing. Melanin is actually a good thing, because it actually helps to protect your skin. When the melanin is actually bad now is when you are doing nothing to protect your skin and your barrier is damaged. You are out in the sun, your skin is irritated, you're out in the sun, you have no SPF on, and then constant over a period of time now the skin is like acting crazy because the skin knows that, oh my gosh, there's no protection. So the melanin is just now pushing out to protect the skin from the external environment. So melanin is not actually a bad thing. Melanin is actually a good thing. When you see melanin pushing out in a like any place, any part of your skin, know that your body is basically saying something is going on, something is not, you know, something is going on. Like, it's biology, something is going on, and you need to do something about it to make sure that you deal with it. Okay, for example, if you don't hydrate your skin, you will notice that the area will get darker, not because your skin is just getting darker for no reason. Your skin is getting darker because your skin is fighting, it's protecting itself from becoming damaged, developing, for example, cancer or something like that. It is fighting, it's protecting itself because you are not doing your job to ensure that you hydrate the skin. Okay, so while I was, you know, exfoliating my skin and that area, I still ensure that I applied all of my hydrating ingredients, my serums, my hydrating toners, and I just made sure to apply everything to my skin so my skin wouldn't freak out and start producing more melanin that it doesn't need to produce. Like, I love the melanin that's on my skin. I don't need any more, especially in one area of my face, because it's going to cause obvious attention to areas of my face that I don't want. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so throughout all of this time I was just hydrating my skin a lot, and that's what I noticed. My skin loved the hydration, and while I was hydrating the skin, I was still using the Vaseline to seal and to protect the area. So hydration is actually key when it comes to your skin, when it comes to protecting your acne scars, and not acne scars, trauma to the skin, cuts, irritations, anything at all. You just make sure to apply hydration. Give your skin hydration. Hydration, water, acts, anything that you put onto your skin that moisturizes your skin, it acts as a barrier for the epidermis to protect it from the external stressors of the environment. So hydration was key. I was just ensuring that I hydrate every single step of the way of my skin. Hydration was there. I was just trying to make sure I do everything to hydrate the area of my face, and I treated my skin as if it got injured. Yeah, I treated my skin as if it got injured. Yeah, as if it was sick, basically, for almost 6 months, just because I wanted to deal with I didn't want to have to deal with hyperpigmentation. But that's what I did in order to protect the skin and to ensure that I dealt with the scars. So Vaseline, I continue to do my exfoliation just so that I don't neglect certain parts of my face, and I also did a little bit of exfoliation, but I made sure to add extra hydration to the areas. And then the next thing that I actually did in order to treat the pigment, because if you notice, after a period of time, the white area that you are seeing, it was just there, but I needed pigment to come back. So the pigment naturally came back, not because I did anything, or you know, that's just my body just doing its job, you know what I'm saying? So the pigment naturally came back, and it was coming back, but I just wanted to make sure that when it came back, it didn't come back 10 times darker than, you know, what it should be. So what I did when it started to come back, I ensured that I used a brightening serum on the area of my face. So this was what I was using. I was using another brand, but the same, literal same product, just different branding. And I was using this as my hyperpigmentation treatment, but I was also using it directly on the area. So I would sometimes apply it like on my cheeks, and then sometimes I would just apply it directly on where the scar was. Like for me, on an everyday basis, I apply this serum to the cheek areas, right here, my forehead, and around my mouth. But when I got like the scar, I had to apply it directly on the scar, because I didn't want the skin to brighten unevenly. That's the thing when you have like hyperpigmentation because of a scar or anything. You don't want to use your brightening products all over your face. You want to use your brightening products on the areas where you have the problems. So that's what I was doing when I had the scar. Yeah, so the Vaseline was just there to ensure that my skin is nice and protected. And then, you know, with everything and my skincare routine, my skin just came back. My skin just came back. And the scar that I got, it's not visible anymore. My skin is in a nice refreshed stage. Like, I also got one more injury to my skin while I was cooking. I got like the hot oil from frying the frying pan burnt me here also, and I just applied the same rule, the same steps. I'm not sure if you can see it, but about 2 months ago, hot oil burnt me on right here, and I just apply the same steps when it comes to my skin. I don't know why things like to fly on my skin and so forth, but I use Vaseline. You just want to apply the Vaseline to your skin so that your skin, wherever the injury is, it doesn't dry out. Because if it dries out, guys, that is the problem. If the scab dries out or the scab breaks when it's not supposed to break while it's healing, it can cause a problem. So especially on your face. So what I always do is to use the Vaseline, to use it as a protective barrier. Okay, and last but not least, guys, every single day I applied SPF, and sometimes I applied extra SPF, especially this area where I know I got, or this area, I don't quite remember where because it's gone. So I ensured to apply SPF on the area where the scar was. The scar was here, actually. I remember the scar was here, so I applied the SPF a lot here and all over my face, so that my skin could regain its health and it could also go back to its normal state. And yes, if you put me under a microscope, you could probably see where the scar was, but up close, nobody can know that I had a scar like 5 to 6 months ago, that deep scar. So that's all you need to do. There's no miracle or magic to the skin healing. Your skin healing is all dependent upon you. Okay, however you want it to heal, you can do it. Okay, it's basically you have to like baby your skin. When you get an injury, baby your skin, treat it like a young baby. Like, oh my gosh, I don't want it to fall. Yes, treat your skin like a young baby. Give it lots and lots and lots of hydration. Use Vaseline, and also protect your skin with SPF, and hydrate your skin like no other. You can still apply your glycolic acid and so forth, but don't go ham the first 2 to 3 weeks when your skin is like literally irritated from the injury. Yes, so this is everything that I did to treat my scars, and this is the reason why my skin looks like this now. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye.